All right, so good morning, everybody. What crazy weather we're having today. Michelle called it earthquake weather. I hope not. Let's pray that we don't have an earthquake. So let's start with some good news today. Who's got some good news to share?
I do.
Yeah.
I got a listing. It was a client of mine and I helped her buy a condo about 2 years ago, and she's getting married and they have 6 kids between the two of them. So they need a bigger house. So we put her condo on the market in coming soon status and got a full price offer with the other agent waiving his commission and a 90-day rent back for them to find their new place.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about the agent waiving the commission here. Were they related or something?
He's
This is the
buying it as
crazy.
an investment property.
Oh, it's him for himself.
Himself, yeah.
Okay, got it. I'm like, what's the craziest offer you've had lately where people, whatever it takes to get the offer accepted?
Yeah,
That's nuts.
yeah. He came down his commission and made that offer, and my buyer was, no, I want full price for it. And she wasn't kind of, you know, I ran the numbers for her on the net sheet and she's like, no, I want full price for it. So I went back and he said, okay. You know, it was a lot of back and forth, but yeah.
That's great. I got to tell you guys, I call all the cooperating brokers on your files, and surprisingly this week, or last week, I should say, every person I called answered the phone, which was amazing. And every cooperating broker that was a listing agent was so complimentary of all of our agents and how communicative everybody was and what a great job you all did. And so I just wanted, and I asked them too, so on some of the cases, I said, you know, like what got this offer accepted over all the others? And obviously for most of the time, it was just the best offer. It was the cleanest. But secondly, it was your agent was communicative. So you guys are all doing a wonderful job, and keep up the good work. And I'm not calling to check on you. I'm calling to recruit. That's my prospecting. So sometimes I run into brokers. That's kind of fun. But anyway, what other good news out there? Any other good news?
Town Square fell out of escrow, but now today we're reopening escrow on it.
Right on.
Second time's a charm, yes.
Are you in escrow at the same price?
Actually 10,000 more.
10,000 more because it fell out of escrow. That's crazy.
Yes.
Well, I have a little bit to share on good news. So let me share my screen. This is last month's top 5 for July. Let's play it. Oh, wait. I don't think you people out there in the audience can hear it. Please hold. You would think that I could get this right after a year. Okay, go.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet.
Movement this month.
It drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it. Moving so
Who's number 1?
the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights,
Jill!
everything goes.
And who got $1 million a month last month? Brayden Hayes. Woo, woo. Congratulations. I know you've been working really, really hard. So there you go, everybody, congratulations. So that's my good news. All right, let's talk about listings, coming soon listings, buyers' wants and needs, anything. We need listings bad. Anybody got anything? Wow, this is going to be a really fast meeting.
Buyers want set of needs, or we do.
Talk loud.
Oh,
Just talk
just
loud.
kidding.
Just talk loud.
Ronna and I, this is Kelly, we have buyers that are looking to purchase in either, this is San Diego area, so I don't know if anyone has any listings in San Diego, but Vista, Oceanside, San Marcos, Escondido. Am I missing one?
950,000 is the budget.
They want half an acre or more. They need 4-bedroom minimum, 3 bath.
Would prefer 5-bedroom because they have 8 kids between the 2 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. What else is that really it?
That's it. And a 2-car garage, attached preferably, but does not have to be attached.
Okay, well, that's kind of a given. They're gonna need more car garages once all those kids have,
Yes.
can drive.
Hopefully they're still younger.
Some of them are in college, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
coming back and forth. But anyway, that's what we're looking for.
Okay, I know Christina Morrison has listings coming, but I think they're all condos, so that's not gonna work
Okay,
for
yeah.
you. So I'll keep my ears out for, we have a couple of San Diego. Anybody else have listings? Oh, Homer, go ahead.
I was just asking about that young lady that said she was looking for properties in the North San Diego area. What was their budget?
950.
Did you hear that?
950.
950.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have a listing coming maybe, Homer?
I'm still in court.
Okay,
I'm coming
All right.
out of court. All right.
okay, sounds
All
good.
right. All right.
Anybody else? All right, so what about active listings right now? Tina, you want to pitch your property again?
I'm still figuring out the unmute thing. So we are, we are still looking for buyers for our house. We had a great open house on Saturday, 3 hours. I think we had nine people, 6 couples. Great response. We are on the smaller end. So 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,400 square feet. Everybody's looking for 4 bedrooms. So if somebody's looking for a smaller property, it's a great neighborhood, 7 out of 10 schools in Marietta. We listed it for $558.
It's a great price. I checked the comps. It's a perfect. It's right there.
Yeah, fully paid solar, Tesla solar system. It will cost like another $5,000 to put a battery pack on there. So if somebody's looking for something with an electric car, it's super cheap to add on. It's a complete smart house. So everything's run through Google or your smartphone. So your sprinklers, your lights, everything. My husband's super techie, so.
So what listed at 558, right? And it's in Menifee?
We're
Marietta.
in Marietta. We're in Marietta.
Okay.
It's like right on the border. So
It's like Mapleton, right?
yep, it's Mapleton area.
Okay.
Great school district. The neighbors are amazing.
Okay, we're gonna try to sell it. I know we've got some buyers out there.
Yeah, I mean, we've had everybody says it's a great property. They're just looking for something bigger. So
How many square feet is it?
2,400 square feet,
I don't think that's too small.
3 bedrooms and a full loft. Like there's a whole loft up there that we have a playroom and I mean, it's clearing out. We're packing, so it's very empty right now.
It's good you took the pictures before that.
Yeah, everything's down, so no personality.
Did- Did you say you're in Marietta School District? I thought Mapleton was in Menifee.
We're actually it's Paris School District. So we're right in the triangle, Marietta, Menifee, Paris School District, but they have a brand new high school opening up and we qualify for that new high school. So it will be Marietta School District as soon as the high school opens up next year.
So the Paris is the high school district from what I remember, but they are opening a new
Paloma.
school. So then the elementaries will be Menifee, I believe.
Marietta.
Marietta? Okay,
Yeah. And
I'm wrong.
it's 2 blocks away. Like
Gotcha.
yeah.
Cool. All right, you guys get out there and sell that. How about that? How about you, Thalia? Did you get your listing?
I finally did.
All
Yay.
right, tell us
time.
again. Tell us again.
Okay, so it's my ex-husband's house from when we were married. It was one of our investment properties. And we bought it for like 5 something. We're listing it for 825. It's at the Fairways in the Loop, in the gated community. And there's a granny flat attached that he has added cabinetry, plumbing, hookups for washer and dryer. It's not permitted, but it's ready to be permitted for whoever buys it if they choose to do so. Otherwise, they can rent it or use it for, housekeeper, exchange student, in-laws. That was the idea when we bought it. So it's a huge house, 6 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2 stories, and it's on the Red Hawk Golf Course. I forget what hole it's on, but it's right on one of the holes. And it's completely renovated.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be a nice one. What was the price again? 5?
We're starting it at 820. Oh, we bought
Sorry.
it for 517.
No, we don't need to know how much you paid for it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good. I mean, it's just good for him because, he's going to get there's no mortgage for him. So that's why
Right,
he's in such a rush.
And for you buyer's agents, he's paying a full 3%. Go sell it.
Yep. For that reason, exactly.
Exactly. Okay, anybody else? Listings or buyers needs?
Yes, pitching my rental again in Marietta, Santa Rosa Highlands, 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath condo, 1,725 square feet, solar, a pool directly across the street. It has a loft and upstairs laundry. Appliances are new as of last year, and included as part of the rent. And yeah, send me a tenant.
Okay.
How much is the rent?
$3,100 a month.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, so let's move on. I've got Michelle here. I wanted a little title time. That's what I'm going to call it now. Title time with Michelle. And today we're going to talk about special assessments. So for those that are out there in computer land, let me put up on the screen what she's also passed out here in the office. Give me a second. I don't think you want to see that one. All right, so we're going to talk about Mello-Roos first, I guess. Michelle, you want to come over and take my spot? Hold on, let me. I don't know what I'm doing here. Well,
make me feel normal.
I'm just trying to make this thing scroll down.
Oh,
Okay, go.
You go. Okay, good. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, so at the end of the meeting, we're going to check and see how many of y'all are wearing PJs from the waist down. It's going to be a trial and error. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the special assessments. Here we go. So we're going to go ahead and go over the Mello-Roos taxes. Now the Mello-Roos typically, back in the day, they would usually last 25 years to 30 years. And usually it was newer communities. I always say like Eastvale, newer communities, and those Mello-Roos taxes would go ahead and help create the things that new communities need. So the firehouse, hospitals, senior citizen centers, municipalities, things like that. So usually the builder goes ahead and arranges the Mello-Roos for that tract of homes. So again, I wanted to share, Google is a wonderful thing because I can't tell you who, but there are 2 home builders that about 9 years ago started creating Melrose taxes that last 99 years.
Oh my gosh.
So we need to be educated. So check out Google. If you are,
Why can't you say?
because I can't, I'm not allowed to say. Maybe that's,
We will Google it.
yeah, we'll Google it. So we need to make sure that we, especially as buyers agents, that we are educated on these things. So the Melrose taxes, if you get your property profile, you're going to see itemizations down at the bottom that will show Melrose bonds, all of the special assessments, including Hero. And there will be a phone number next to that assessment. So you can go ahead and have your client call. You notice how I said your client, you don't want to call, but you can see when that Melrose or that bond is going to expire. Now they can extend it. I've only seen it extended in one circumstance in my 34 years in title. So not very often, but it can be extended. And that's why we don't want you to go ahead and give clients an end date, because if it extends, then we don't want to end up in court. So, and I don't want you to end up in court. So it's always best to have them call that phone number. It's usually an 800 number. It's usually a service that goes ahead and takes care of many different Melrose and bonds. So again, usually they don't answer. You leave a message and they'll call you back within 72 hours. If you do get a human, that's good luck. But again, you always want to make sure that your client asks for the name of the person that they're speaking to, write down the name, the date and time that they had spoken. You just want to make sure that you're getting accurate information. So on this handy dandy flyer, it just explains what is a Melrose district. It also explains what are they Melrose paying for. Some properties not only have one Melrose, they could actually have two. So you want to make sure that we're on that. Same thing with Hero. I've been seeing lately, not just one Hero assessment. They went back for a second round and added something additional to their Hero. So sometimes there are, you know, a couple Heroes. The most that I have seen was 3.
And so they don't always say Melrose. They'll say Melrose or special
CFD. A lot of
Yes.
people, a lot of agents think that when it's CFD, that it's the California Fire Department. It makes perfect sense for that acronym, but it's Communities Facilities District is what that CFD stands for. Again, these taxes are above and beyond your regular taxes.
And a flat rate usually.
It just not usually, because sometimes there's more than one. It just depends on what that builder negotiates with that Melrose for those needs. I do know, like in Eastvale, the Melrose taxes are a little bit on the large side because some of the builders really put extra funds towards the schools, and that was part of embracing the building in those areas. So you just need to be cautious, informed, and, you know, sometimes it's the elephant in the room. We don't want to, you know, cause too much excitement with the elephant. We just want to discuss how they're going to deal with the elephant in the room. And usually it's not so much the special assessments in the way of Melrose. It's usually the elephant is the Hero. So we want to make sure with Hero, a lot of times people don't do their homework. I don't know if it's California specific, but a lot of times people don't read the fine print when they get into a Hero type financing. A lot of times when someone's selling it at your front door, it's usually, you know, somebody maybe that's younger that's not really fully aware of how that works. And one of the big selling points for Hero is that it transfers with the sale of your home. And that could be the case. But when folks get into Hero, they already have their mortgage. So Hero is in second position. If they go to refinance or they go to sell, a new mortgage would then be second and subject to that Hero lien. So again, if you go to refinance or you go to sell and they're not paying cash, then most likely that Hero lien is going to need to be paid through our close. So again, you also have to take into consideration with Hero, if they did a lot of upgrades and you're paying for it along with your taxes for Hero, we're going to have to discuss, you know, maybe bringing down the sales price to accommodate those upgrades. Because again, if you're going to sell the home for top dollar, because it has all of those fancy upgrades in the way of green energy upgrades, usually is what Hero supports. If you're going in with top dollar, then you're not going to want to pass on that Hero loan as well, because then they're paying twice. So we want to make sure that we can go ahead and have grace when we're speaking to our sellers on this, because a lot of times it is a little bit of a shock. So again, you know, they got into Hero, they maybe did some upgrades to where they can get top dollar. They didn't think they had to worry about taking care of any kind of paying this off. And when they find out that it's coming out of their equity, it is a little bit of a pinch. So we want to make sure that we go ahead and discuss that early on when you're at your listing appointments, especially just to kind of plant the seeds.
And then on your buyer side, pull those property profile reports pretty quickly when you're writing offers, so you can be aware. Let the lender know of the special assessments, because sometimes they're pretty hefty.
Exactly. And again, you know, we do see a lot of special assessments. The bonds are typically for school bonds or some kind of, we just dropped a bond on our home that it was a 30-year bond. And actually it made my taxes go down $600 a year. Nice. Which was really nice. So I like the Lord's coupon, but that was a school bond and my kids never went to public school. So I always used to think, oh gosh, can I get that extra 600 and put it towards the private education? And it doesn't work that way. So definitely with special assessments, if you ever need help, I'm here to help you. You know, I can help you find the phone numbers for your clients to call. Riverside County tax assessor has really upped their game in the last 5 years. And they have pretty much everything at your fingertips. It's very easy to find, very easy to use. When you go into the tax collector website and you bring up your taxes, the special assessments, when you click on that bottom portion, on the left-hand side of the screen, it'll go ahead and bring up the phone numbers. You just have to find the actual bond number or the Melrose number, the district number, and then that's the phone number that you would call. So it's really, really easy. If you ever need help, I'm here for you. We are seeing a lot of the Hero properties that are starting to come to fruition. So education is key on these. Again, we need to be able to figure out as a selling agent, I guess just planting the seed early on having them at least be in the mindset of possibly these being paid through close. So they don't have to come out of their pocket. If they did get into something recently and you have that 5-year prepayment penalty for Hero, be aware, I've seen probably 90% of those they have waived. So you want to make sure that when your clients do call, that, you know, they're standing firm. Obviously, if your clients call and they're holly hobby and they're being super sweet, and it may not go that way. So sometimes you need to be a little more strong when you're dealing with Hero to get that waived. So again, if they need any assistance with that, I can help out with that, with coaching them as well. I did do a conference call with my clients when they had called to see about the hero and waiving that. And so I was on the conference call. I didn't say anything, but boy, she just wanted to have a support system, and I don't mind doing that, but I was so proud of her by the time she was done with her conversation, and they did waive it. So I'm here for you if you need me. Does anyone have any questions?
I just have a comment on Hero, my listing now. They used Hero for their solar and they did pay it off a few years ago. $45,000. So it can be like a substantial amount. We're not talking about 10 grand or whatever.
I feel like when you take a listing that it's not paid off, before we set the price, we should really know what's the payoff, because we know we're going to have to pay it off.
Yeah.
And they might be shocked not to, they might think it's 20, but 40 is a lot. That's a game changer.
Right.
And if they have the prepayment penalty, it starts at 5% and then cascades down after 5 years. So that can also be an issue. But you know what? We've lived and learned. Have you noticed that you're not really seeing Hero knocking at the doors as much anymore?
Right.
So that's definitely, I think it's kind of lived its little excitement and popularity. I know it's been a nightmare. So anyways, I'm here. If you need me, I'll be here probably until noon today. So if anyone needs assistance, I'm here. Thank you.
Next. Okay, so we're going to talk about housing prices. It's that time of the month where we got our reports from the from CAR. So, Thalia said she had to pay $50,000. Oh my God, that's a lot. Let me share a new screen with you guys. All right, so we're just going over numbers from July. Let me zoom this out so it gets all the way in my screen here. Uh-oh. Please hold. I have it zoomed in too much. Try this one more time. Do it a different way. I'm like frozen. Uh-oh. Well, maybe I won't because I can't do anything and stuck. Let me close that window and try to reopen it again. Won't even close for me. Great. All right, so while I'm working on that, I'm going to show you guys video instead. This is, I wanted to show this last week. It was really talking about accountability partners. And like I mentioned last week, I know some of you have decided to do coaching with me and kind of I'm your accountability partner, and I'm happy to do that. Sometimes I'm too nice. I'm just like mom, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. But when you have a good accountability partner, they'll be like, why? Why didn't you do it? So I wanted to share this video that Mark recorded a couple weeks ago. So let me do that. Real quick. Make sure that you can hear before I start. That's the wrong one. All right, can you guys see Mark on the screen, those out in computer land? Yes, I really. Yep. Okay, thank you.
Everyone, once again for Facebook Live, my name is Mark Stark. I am here every Tuesday, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, hopefully sharing valuable information for you to use in your business and in your life. Today, we're going to talk about the power of accountability partners. And what I'm really going to touch on is really what makes an accountability partner great. So what can you do to really get as much out of having an accountability partner? And really, ultimately, I want you to internalize why that would be a help for you. Before I jump into those specifics, let me start off by letting you know. Okay, let me start over.
He's
Oh
like,
my God. Oh my God. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not starting over because I am live. See? You know what? When you do so many videos, this is what happens. Okay? So I'm going to keep going. What I wanted to reiterate to you, okay, which I'll do it right now while you're
now his cheeks are
laughing,
getting really red.
is, you know, how often you meet. Okay, so I was going to start off and kind of explain this first, and I'll do that right now. All right, you know, this may sound like a lot, but I promise you, it is important that you internalize it this way, and that is, I would plan on meeting with your accountability partner each and every day. That's right, every single day. Now, that doesn't count the weekends, so I should say every business day, Monday through Friday, and here's why. The way I would use this is, and I'm an early bird, you could also do this in the evening, I'll explain it both ways, but first is starting your day. So now you're with your accountability partner and you're saying, here's what I'm going to accomplish today. And you also go over what you accomplished yesterday. So here's what you ended up accomplishing yesterday. Here's what I committed to yesterday. Here's what I accomplished yesterday. And here's what I'm going to accomplish today. Now, if we reverse that, because you just happen to be somebody who likes interacting in the evening, totally fine, no problem whatsoever. You just reverse that. Say, okay, here's what my commitment was today. Here's what I accomplished, and here's what I accomplished yesterday. Whatever works better for you, not worried about it. But what you want to do is you want to go through whatever your commitment was, what you got done in the previous or that day, and what you're going to accomplish going forward, either that day or the next day, if you're doing it in the evening. So why this is so important is, look, and let me jump right into what makes a great accountability partner, and that is we can work together in keeping each other on track. You know, I many times use this as an example of working out. Well, I'll tell you point blank, you know, are you more apt to go to the gym when you hire a trainer and the trainer's waiting for you at the gym? Or are you more apt to go when it's just you, and if you don't go, no one's going to know but you? All right, so I think we all know the answer to that. You are more apt to show up when somebody else is there. Someone else is helping you hold yourself accountable. So it's another reason why accountability partners are powerful. All right, of course, the simple one, it kicks you in the butt when you need it. All right, either stinking thinking, laziness, just a cloudy head, whatever it is, you've got somebody who's an accountability partner who can kick you in the butt when you need it. And this next one, which is so powerful, an accountability partner reduces your chances of negotiating with yourself on activities that you've already committed doing. Let me repeat that. An accountability partner reduces your ability or frequency of negotiating with yourself, which you shouldn't be doing at all right, when these are commitments you've already given, you've already committed to, yet you're like, you know what, I did go to bed a little bit later last night. Maybe I'll stay in. You know what, I'll do a double workout tomorrow. Or, you know what, I just don't feel like calling today. I just don't feel like, you know, reaching out to my sphere today. I'm not in a good mindset. Instead of having your accountability partner says, well, get in a good mindset. Think of something positive. Think of the best thing that ever happened to you in your life. Okay, get that in your head. You're thinking about it, tell me about it. Well, let me tell you, it was all about boom, 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 boom. Before you know it, you're in the right mindset. Now get on the phone and make your calls to your sphere of influence. Having somebody who can help you do that, and likewise, accountability partners, you're doing that for someone else. And think about it. Not only are you able to help yourself, but you're able to help somebody else as well. Now, what other aspects make a powerful accountability partner and why it works? And that is you can receive open, honest feedback. Now, step one in this, you both have to commit to each other that you each own your own feelings, and no one's not going to say with love what they feel, even though it's not something that might be taken negatively, positively. You don't worry about that. You just share the truth. In my CEO group, they call it being carefrontational. You care, but you're not going to hide from conflict. Positive, productive, constructive conflict is awesome. It's a very powerful tool for growth. So you want that. So you each have to commit that to each other. The other thing you'll learn of why accountability partners are so powerful, sometimes when you're pumping up your accountability partner and you're sharing something that certainly they should know, guess who you are also talking to? Yourself. You're telling people, okay, this is what you have to do. You got to be in a positive mindset. You can't be negative today. You can't, you got to be positive. Think about something positive. Well, guess what? You just told yourself that same message. And you're not going to share this with anybody, but let's face it. On that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever the case may be, you needed to hear that same message. And by you sharing it with someone else, you helped yourself as well. All right. Number 3, you have someone to share your thoughts and ideas with. So not only are you sharing what you accomplished and what you're going to accomplish, which that is key because that's like your DRC. Your accountability partner by definition is holding you accountable to your commitments. But you also have someone there you can run ideas past. You can say, you know what, I was thinking about doing this. What do you think? Right? Having someone there on a consistent basis is very, very powerful. Last, or really second to last, is having someone there that you can have them cover your back on business or whatever you need, and you're covering them. You've got a confidant here, and that's really the last one. Is this is somebody that if you're going to talk to every single day, your level of trust should be building very rapidly. Gino Blafari has a sheet called the interview, not interview, the interview. And it's 18 questions. And it's basically all these questions about, yourself or what you would want to learn about somebody else. And they get, fairly personal about your lives and your past and your family and things that inspired you and things that were challenges that you went through. All these different questions. And I promise you this, when you speak to someone and you ask the interview questions, when you ask those questions, there is no way you won't learn more about this individual. So even if it's someone that you think you knew really, really well, I promise you, you go through these questions and there will be something, if not a lot of things, that you learned about that individual. Look, accountability partners are so powerful for so many different reasons. And I will tell you, if you're human, you always need somebody there helping you stay on track. And an accountability partner is a great way to do that. Have a great week, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. As always, all right, if you find this information powerful.
All right. So I really enjoyed this particular video of Mark's just because some of I have multiple accountability partners. So one of them is Carol Roundsley in the Lake Elsinore office. So I have to prospect just as much as you guys do, and I don't like doing it either. And so we have become accountability partners, and once a week, we will either meet live or we will meet on Zoom, and we will make our calls together because honest to goodness, that's the only time we get it done. Otherwise, just like Mark said, we have stinking thinking, we will talk ourselves out of it, we will just be lazy or whatever. But when we have a commitment to each other, we breeze right through it. And we can, because we do our calls with each other, she'll tell me, oh, you didn't ask that question. Or I'll tell her, oh, that message was way too long. You need to shut it down next time faster, and we were just completely honest with each other, and it makes it more fun, and we get through our calls. And then my second accountability is I have a group of 6 managers that we have to call into every week and say, how many calls did you make? How many coachings did you do? How many appointments, et cetera, et cetera. And so having to report to your peers, very difficult. And you don't want it to be zeros because you're hearing everybody else say that they got their 10 and the 10 and they had 3 appointments and a hire. And it's really motivating. Let's just say that. So I highly encourage everybody to grab an accountability partner. If you're not sure that you want one in the office, Rick has his accountability coaching calls, and he'll pair you up with another agent within the company, maybe not even in California, it might be Arizona or Nevada, and then you can be partners that way and just call and check in. You don't necessarily, I don't think you need to do it every single day, but it's really your motivation. If you want to get to your, whatever your goal is for the day. Mark talks about direct revenue commitment, DRC daily. That's just your contacts daily. So my contacts daily is 2, and sometimes 2 is too hard. So I try to get 6 in a day, and then I'm good for 3 days, you know how that goes. So anyway, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to try one more time to see if I could share our numbers. And if not, I'm going to move on and be over it. So let me see if this unstuck itself. No, it did not. Can't even move it. Okay, so I'm over it. I will, I'll share that with you guys via email on the follow-up call or the follow-up email I send out. But the basics is obviously year over year, our equity in California and Riverside County and Temecula have gone way up, like 26% year over year. But guess what? Last month was the first month we had less number of sales. We were down 1.4%. And I mentioned it last month. I thought that I was starting to feel it. And our numbers are showing it. We're more than halfway through the month now. We're almost 2/3. And our numbers in the office are lower now too. So we're starting to see a little change. We're getting to the slower market time. So we'll see how it goes again for this following month and see if we get some more listings in the valley in the area. But I apologize, I can't share that with you. Before we go, I want to do Joker Jackpot before we finish the meeting, and then I want to go over what's coming up. So while Shauna gets everybody in the office figured out, let me tell you what's coming up. All week, Rick Barabee is doing his success series. So 1 to 4 every day. The link is on the VAC in your calendar. Jump in when you want to. Tomorrow, we're doing a repeat of the Sky Slope templates for listings, but that will be at 10 o'clock, not the 9 o'clock hour that we did the other ones at. Tomorrow, we're also doing the AR workshop. You guys saw me send an email out for the workshop. It starts at 5:30. If you're going to that, you're going to want to get your order in today, I would guess, right, Kelly?
I'm not sure if it's closed. I have to see.
Might be closed already. Okay, so check it out. If you can't pay for it, then you can't go. Anyway, so we're doing that from 5:30 to 8:30. Hopefully you guys have already, whoever's going has already paid. Next week, super important, is our regional office meeting. It's going to be at the association office at 9:30. You can come a little early because Legendary is feeding us breakfast, and Mark Stark will be there live. So he's always a great speaker. You get to hear him mess up like he just did on the video. That's always fun because he's human too. And then, last time we met as an office, I talked about convention and the bulk tickets not being available yet. I'm wrong. Bulk tickets are available now, and they end on September 9th. So if you're thinking about going to convention and you want a bulk ticket, which is $395, let me know. I'll connect you with Diane Ray, Mark's assistant, and she'll put you on the list. We only have a limited number. And just as a reminder, it's at the, it's in Louisville, Kentucky. So that's March 13th through 15th next year, if COVID doesn't happen again. Okay, so let's do Joker Jackpot. Oh, I'm moving the wrong one. Trying to put the camera on. Shauna. Hey, okay. Okay, so everybody in who wants to be in? I know we have some of you guys online who paid yesterday or this week when they were here. Michelle, are you going to draw for us?
Pressure.
Be nice.
I'm going to be nice. Off the bottom.
Oh, Jill. Woohoo! Okay, so
Is it good to go back in?
how much money are we playing for today? I know it's a.
Big bucks. Some lunch money, Jill.
She's looking for how much money. 42 bucks today.
Ooh. Nice chunk of change.
Queen, no joker. Okay, we're gonna play again in 2 weeks. We're not gonna play in front of Mark. But we'll play in 2 weeks when we meet again here at the office. So that's that, guys. Any other announcements you guys want to talk about out there? Anybody out there? Nope. Okay, then I'm here for you if you need me. Just call or text me, and Michelle will be in the office for a couple hours as well. So you can call her if you need her. Have a great day.